Joining me right now is Louisiana Congressman, House Minority Whip Steve Scalise. Also joining us is Ohio Congressman and House Appropriations Committee member Tim Ryan. Congressman, it is always a pleasure to see you both. Thank you so much for being here. Steve Scalise, kick us off here. Your reaction to what took place last night in these dueling town halls.
Right. Good to be back with you, Maria. And, first of all, the fact that there wasn't an actual debate, that the debate commission literally changed the rules right after Vice President Pence did such a great job against Kamala Harris. And then the moderator of that debate, Scully, was completely discredited, lied. And we still haven't gotten a full accounting about that. The guy who would have been the moderator, who clearly had a tie to Joe Biden. But last night you saw what's on full display in terms of the differences of how the media treat Joe Biden and our president, Donald Trump. You had the host of the Trump town hall literally yelling at the president, not letting him answer questions. And then Joe Biden's getting softball after softball without actually being asked about the major scandal of the week. And that is Twitter and other social media platforms like Facebook banning the distribution of a New York Post article that exposed the corruption in China between Hunter Biden and Joe Biden. Biden still hasn't answered for that. Just how closely tied were the two. You wonder why Biden's not tough on China. It's because his son was profiting off of it, lying to the American people. And then you've got social media platforms literally blocking an article that exposes the whole scandal. And then you contrast that with President Trump, where they just continue to just attack him, don't let him even explain the positions that he's taking and the things that he's done to help and fight for the American people.
All right, Congressman Tim Ryan, same question for you. And let me ask you, let me just say this. Congressman Ryan, you've been tough on China. You've been a jobs creator. You've been a moderate within your party. Let me ask you straight away right here. Do you want to see the Democrats stack the Supreme Court?
I don't think that's necessarily appropriate, but we got to have that conversation, like Joe Biden said afterwards. I mean, there are reforms that we should talk about with the Supreme Court. It's basically a black box. But let me just say, always good to be with my buddy Steve Scalise down in Louisiana. And when I listen to you guys talk, I know they play football in Louisiana. They play it up in Ohio. The Republican Party and the Trump apparatus right now they're not cheering for their team. They're like saying how the refs are cheating. It's social media. It's the media. It's this. It's that. Look, Trump is in deep trouble, Maria. He's bleeding in the suburbs because of the way he behaves, the way he handled the coronavirus. Now, in my district, which is not suburbia, he's losing white working class voters who just want to stop with the chaos and the blame game. And we're having all of these conversations around the Supreme Court when people are filing unemployment. People are ready to lose their homes. People are ready to get evicted. I mean, this is crazy. And the Republicans, all they can do is try to push a Supreme Court nominee. They are so out of touch with what's going on the ground, and that's why you're seeing these polls look like they look right now. Trump is in deep trouble.
Hold on, because the White House
Maria,
asked Nancy Pelosi to agree to a $1.8 trillion stimulus package, Congressman. So you can say that you're doing all this other stuff and not doing stimulus, but it's been Nancy Pelosi. Yes, go ahead, Congressman.
Yeah, Maria, I want to give a reality check to my good friend Tim over there in Ohio. There are a lot of people in Ohio that would love a second round of Paycheck Protection Program loans, forgivable loans, that there is a bipartisan bill that would get over 400 votes on the House floor to pass to help small businesses who are dying on the vine. And Speaker Pelosi is the one that's blocking that bill. And in fact, when you look at what we've tried to bring to the floor, it's those kind of bills. And what did Speaker Pelosi bring just a week and a half ago to the floor? A bill to give $1,200 checks to people here illegally. I don't think that's something that's an Ohio value. They can't answer for packing the Supreme Court because they literally want to change the third branch of government. The judicial branch of government is there to be a check on the other branches. And Joe Biden clearly wants to pack the court. It's why he won't answer the question. It's a yes or no question. You're literally for completely rewriting the way that the Supreme Court works because you don't like the makeup of it, or you're not, yes or no, and he won't answer the question, which means he wants to pack the court. It's just like fracking in Ohio or Pennsylvania or any other state. He says he's against the Green New Deal, Maria, but then the Green New Deal is on his website, which The Green New Deal bans fracking. He's going to allow banning fracking. Otherwise, he wouldn't have it on his website.
Maria, let me
ahead,
just say, I have more fun coming on your show and other Fox and listening to my colleagues like Steve. They want so bad to run against somebody who's not a moderate like Joe Biden. They're dying for somebody that they can say wants to ban fracking. Joe Biden does not want to ban fracking. All of the unions.
Why is it on his website?
Excuse me, Steve. Excuse me, buddy. All of the unions that work at nuclear plants, all of the unions that work in the natural gas industry have endorsed Joe Biden. They are comfortable with his position around fracking. I have the same position around fracking. We are seeing our men and women in the building and construction trades employed for the last few years around the natural gas revolution. You want him to be against it, but the reality is he isn't. And those workers are now coming back home to Joe Biden because he's also going to take care of their pension. He's also going to make sure they have affordable health care. He's also going to make sure when they want to send their kids to school that it's affordable, while at the same time, we also have these construction trade workers working out at an electric vehicle facility. Joe Biden supports these guys, and I know it's easier for you to run against somebody who would be against it, but you just can't do it in this election.
Well, Kamala Harris, I believe, is against it. Yeah, and Kamala Harris endorsed the Green New Deal, and that's against it, though, Congressman. So, you know.
Kamala Harris is not at the top of the ticket. Joe Biden is, and Joe Biden is clear. Like I said, you think all these unions are going to endorse Joe Biden if he was anti-fracking?
Of course, the union bosses are going to endorse him. It's the workers. The workers support President Trump because he's delivered for him. He started off with the Keystone Pipeline, which is going to be a really big benefit to union workers as well as to our energy economy. But again, Joe Biden has sided time and time again. He cut the deal with Bernie Sanders. He turned the policy over, and that's why it's on his website. It wouldn't be on his website if he wasn't for it. You know that, Tim. You probably want him to take it down, too.
The police unions have endorsed President Trump. Congressman, the police unions have endorsed President Trump because they see him as a law and order president. Joe Biden hasn't said much about the looting and the protesting and the state of our cities, which are in bad shape.
I go back and look at the speech in Pittsburgh, Maria. He condemned violence on the left, condemned violence on the right. He is the person who can sit down with both law enforcement and the civil rights groups and sit down and take the temperature down. Donald Trump throws jet fuel on these fires. That's why suburbia is breaking to Biden. People want calmness. They want decency. They want to take the temperature down. And Joe Biden is the person who's going to do that.
For sure.
Well, but Joe Biden,
sure do, and
Joe Biden wasn't the one standing up against the mobs. It was Donald Trump. Donald Trump stood up against the mobs.
Look at. If you want security, just look around. If there's chaos in the streets, I hate to remind everybody, Donald Trump is president right now, and look what's going on.
It's the Democrat-run cities, Tim, where the chaos is.
He did not denounce it. He did not denounce it for a while. That's the truth. Yeah.
President Trump said he'd send in military troops to help those Democrat mayors, and they said no. Look, those Democrat mayors that allowed their cities to get burned down when President Trump was saying, I'll help you out. I'll send in troops. By the way, you know this, Tim. The president can't just send in troops. The local governments have to ask for it. The states have to ask for it. And those Democrat mayors said, no, stay out. We want our city to continue to burn down. It was the president saying, I support law and order.
This is it.
Joe Biden said he's for redirecting money away from police. Biden has said he's for redirecting money away from police. Sorry.
Blame the referees, Steve. Blame the referees. Blame the Democrats, blame the mayors, blame the governors, blame the referees.
Well, the public will make their own judgment, right? We're all watching the situation. Tim Ryan, Steve Scalise, thank you so much.